வணக்கம் நேயர்களே, வரவேற்பு நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு உங்களை வரவேற்கிறேன். வீட்டுக்குள்ளே பெண்ணை பூட்டி வைக்கும் விந்தை மனிதர்கள் தலை குனிந்தார் அப்படின்னு சொன்ன பாரதி வாழ்ந்த இந்த மண்ணில் இன்று ஒரு புதிய வீரப்பெண் வளர்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார், நிறைய பேரை மாற்றிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார் அப்படின்னே சொல்லலாம். முதல் பெண் IPS அதிகாரி. அது மட்டுமல்ல, இன்று பல பெண்களை அந்த துறைக்கு இழுக்கக்கூடியவர்கள், பல பெண்களுடைய மடைமாற்றத்திற்கு காரணமான ஒரு உயர்ந்த பெண்மணியை தான் நம்ம இன்னைக்கு சந்திக்க போகிறோம். இன்று இந்த புதுச்சேரி மாநிலத்தில் நிறைய புதிய விஷயங்களை, குறிப்பாக தூய்மை செய்ய வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு அடிப்படையான விஷயத்திலிருந்து இந்த மக்களை ஒரு பெரிய மாற்றத்திற்கு கொண்டு செல்ல வேண்டும் என்கிற ஆர்வத்தோடு தினம் தினம் காலையிலிருந்து இரவு வரை அதற்காகவே தன்னை முழுமையாக அர்ப்பணித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிற ஒரு பெண்மணியை தான் நம்ம சந்திக்க போகிறோம். She is none other than Kiran Bedi, the first IPS officer of India. So, welcome ma'am for this show. Ma'am, first of all, I like to say and like to thank you to give this wonderful opportunity to me, to our channel. இன்னைக்கு இருக்கக்கூடியதில் சமூக வலைதளங்கள் அப்படிங்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம். குறிப்பாக ட்விட்டராக இருக்கட்டும், ஃபேஸ்புக்காக இருக்கட்டும், பிளாக்ஸ் எழுதுறதா இருக்கட்டும், இதெல்லாம் ஒரு 50 வருடங்களுக்கு முன்பாக பிறந்த மனிதர்களுக்கு சாத்தியமே இல்லாதது. இன்னொன்று, அதை அவங்க பின்பற்றணும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கவே மாட்டாங்க. பழைய கதைகளையே தான் பேசிகிட்டே இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நினைப்பாங்க. பட் உங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் கிட்டத்தட்ட 7.7 மில்லியன் பீப்புள்ஸ் உங்களை ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிறது ரொம்ப ஒரு ஆச்சரியப்படக்கூடிய ஒரு விஷயம். எப்படி மேம் இந்த நியூ ட்ரெண்டுக்கு எப்படி நீங்கள் அடாப்ட் ஆனீங்க, எப்படி நீங்கள் அதை கேட்ச் பண்ணீங்க மேம்?
I'm a public service officer. I'm in public service. And if I don't communicate my public service, I'm not able to perform my public service. I'm a police officer in public service. I'm a lieutenant governor in public service. And in public service, the main thing is you must constantly communicate with the people you serve. You either communicate by word, or you communicate by writing, or you communicate through television or radio. And today's new technology, you communicate through Facebook Twitter, and Twitter, or emails, or websites. Today's technology enables you to communicate through another medium, which is the use of technology, the social networking. So therefore, I've been a communicator even as a police officer from the beginning, because I am here policing for people. I'm policing for people. And people have a right to know what I'm doing. And the more they know, easier the police for me. Because the more they know, more crime prevention.
Yeah.
More they understand, more law abiding. But if I don't explain to them and share with them, they will not know what I'm doing. So my duty is to communicate. Therefore, today's new technology of social networking, Twitter, Facebook, websites, emails, all these are new tools to communicate with. Films, documentaries, all these are part of communication. Therefore, I use that. It is important if I have to communicate and do a better job. But more I communicate, more task and responsibility increases. That means I'm asking for more.
Yeah.
The more I communicate, the more you expect from me. But I want you to expect from me because I want to serve you better.
உங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நீங்கள் நிறைய பணிகளை செஞ்சுட்டு இருந்தாலும் கூட இன்னைக்கு நீங்கள் புதுச்சேரியை எடுத்திருக்கிற போது சானிடேஷனாக இருக்கட்டும், பெண்களுடைய முன்னேற்றமாக இருக்கட்டும், சின்ன சின்ன விஷயத்துக்கு கூட ரொம்ப நுணுக்கமாக ரொம்ப முயற்சி எடுத்து அதை நடைமுறைப்படுத்தணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுல மிக ஆவலாகவே நீங்கள் இருந்துட்டு இருக்கிறீங்க. ஸோ நீங்கள் பண்ணக்கூடிய இந்த விஷயங்கள் எல்லாம் புதுச்சேரியினுடைய மக்களுடைய அடிப்படை வாழ்வாதாரத்தை எந்த அளவுக்கு மேம்படுத்தியிருக்கு, இதெல்லாம் நடைமுறைப்படுத்துவதில் என்னென்ன சிக்கல்கள் எல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு இருக்குமா?
Well, I would say it is reaching. It's been reaching ever since the Prime Minister started this movement. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. The credit goes to him. When he said it from 15th of August from the Red Fort 2 years ago. It's been this movement for sanitation, for cleanliness, has been there forever. But started with Gandhiji. Gandhiji said, was in fact is the pioneer of this movement in this country. But the question is, we did not make it into a movement till the Prime Minister announced it and said about it from the 15th of August Red Fort ramparts. It was all over in India. All I did when I came here was that I'm also very cleanliness oriented. I'm very organized in my life. I cannot take anything unclean. Unclean thought, unclean action, unclean surrounding. I'm basically very fond of cleanliness. And therefore, when I, as Lieutenant Governor, now I have the power, I have the duty and I have a responsibility. So when I traveled around in Puducherry, I found it not clean. There was garbage strewn around, there was plastic thrown around, it was stinking garbage. That's not my nature. Now I have the responsibility to clean it. So I start to clean it. I left at 6 o'clock in the morning, every Saturday, Sunday. We formed a team, we go, we clean. When the leadership cleans, everybody follows. And that becomes news. It became views, it became debates. Media, it made news for media. When it makes good news for media, people understand, they join in. So children
Not
join.
only people, the leaders also following you, inspire about you.
It's their responsibility as well. Today, making India clean, Swachh Bharat, Swachh Puducherry is everybody's responsibility. From a child to the old. Why? Because cleanliness benefits everybody. It's good health. It's good clean. It's quality of life. It's disease free. It's positivity, right? Clean air. So it's self-respect. You're living in a clean environment. It's self-respect. It's dignity, right? So I think now it's everybody's responsibility.
என்னென்ன பிரச்சனைகள்லாம் இந்த மக்கள்கிட்ட நீங்க பாக்குறீங்க இந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் அவங்கள்ட்ட நடைமுறைப்படுத்துறதுல இல்ல அவங்களுடைய ஒத்துழைப்பு எந்த அளவுக்கு இதுல இருக்கு அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க?
Number one, understanding why being clean is beneficial to them. Many of them have a septic tank in the house for their own toilet, but they don't use it. Thinking the septic tank will be full and they'll have to get it cleaned and it will cost them money. Therefore, they want to go and ease themselves outside in the public
places.
They don't use public toilet also because they don't want to spend 2 rupees and want to go and openly defecate, which they don't realize is bringing disease back home. And for a woman, it is insecurity.
Yeah, sure.
So it's an attitude. They must realize that they, just as a bedroom, a bed is, a room, a private space is open, so is defecation to ease yourself is also private. It's not public. It's not public. It's private. It's self-respect. So when they make their house, they must create some space of their own for a toilet. Toilet doesn't take much space. It's very small. Look at the size of the toilet in an aeroplane. It's so small, but it's there, isn't it? It's so
Sure.
small in size, but it's there. Similarly, every place where you want, if you look at it as self-respect and dignity of a woman, self-respect of a child to an elder, you will have your own toilet. So I think it's a matter of attitude. Number two is throwing things in the drains, plastic in the drains, dead dogs in the drains, anything in the drains. They don't understand. When the drain gets choked, it gets flooded.
Sure.
And that flood water enters your
Comes
house
into-
and it finishes everything. It's disease again. It's understanding. That's why media has a very important role to play. That constantly
Repeat that
education.
things in the media.
Yeah, it's very important. And third, of course, is I think it's also awareness of community toilets, building where you cannot build because it's already built. You don't have the space to build. The government has to step in and build community toilet. But then the public must use it. They can spend any amount of money drinking, but they won't spend money going to the toilet. Whereas going to a toilet is healthier and drinking is not healthy, right? But they won't spend it. It's an attitude. So we must look at behavioral changes.
உங்களை தமிழ்நாடு இந்த புதுச்சேரியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய மக்களையும் தாண்டி தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒவ்வொரு மக்களும் கிரண்பேடி பாண்டிச்சேரியில் அதை பண்ணுறாங்க இதை பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு சின்ன குழந்தைங்கள்லேருந்து பெரிய நபர்கள் வரைக்கும் ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் கிரண்பேடியை தெரிந்து வைத்திருக்கிறாங்க. கிரண்பேடியினுடைய நடை உடை பாவனங்கள் அவங்களுடைய ஸ்பீச் எல்லாமே இருக்குது. ஸோ நீங்கள் இன்றைக்கி புதுச்சேரியில் கவர்னராக ஆகி கிட்டத்தட்ட 120 days கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகிருக்க சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் 120 days. ஸோ இந்த சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் 120 daysல நீங்கள் செய்த விஷயங்கள் உங்களுடைய சாதனைகள் நீங்கள் என்னென்ன பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா?
This is a very position of responsibility. Every minute belongs to the people to be served very well. And there's plenty of nice things to do here. Why should I let any moment go? Why? What have I'm here not for a job. It's not a job for me. It's a mission. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to serve Puducherry because that's my responsibility. Why should I there's no holiday in this. There's no Saturday, Sunday. It is every day you can do so much more. So why should I waste my time? Why should I let it go? This time is as a mission. It's dedicated to Puducherry. And I love it. I respect it. So I give every moment to it. To think, to work, to deliver, to learn, to know and work. So I therefore study, listen, understand, meet. The Raj Nivas is an open house, 5 to 6, anybody can come. 4 to 5, you can come with appointment.
Okay.
5 to 6, open house, 4 to 5 with appointments. Right? Then prior to that, we have our own review meetings. Anything in the newspaper written, we review it. Anything good is rewarded. Anything bad is
It's
asked
punishable.
for. Is asked, why have you done it? Why did you not correct it? Not the top officer is asked. That officer who's on the job, whose job it is. So we call him. Say, who are you? Tell me, why did you do this? So that he realizes that his work is to serve people. It is a job, but it's for service. So this is how gradually we are improving the matters from morning till night.
ஓகே மேம், உங்களை ஒரு நல்ல ஐபிஎஸ் அதிகாரியாக எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். அதுக்கு பிறகு ஒரு நல்ல அரசியல்வாதியாக நீங்கள் ஒரு பரிணாமம் எடுத்தீங்க. இப்போ துணைநிலை ஆளுநராக இன்னைக்கு புதுச்சேரியில் இருக்கிறீங்க. எப்படி மேம் உங்களுடைய திறமைகளை ஒவ்வொரு இடத்திற்கும் தகுந்தாப்பில் மாற்றிக்கொள்கிறீர்கள், இல்லைன்னா அந்த திறமைகளை வளர்த்து கொள்கிறீங்க இந்த 3 செட்டப்லையும்?
When you come to such big positions, such senior positions, you come with a lot of experience. You don't come without experience. And experience tells you. Experience guides you. Why are you here? What's your responsibility? So you define your own scope. Your conscience tells you. You don't have to say you do this, you do this, you do this. Does a mother needs to be told what you need to do for your child? She works with her heart. Right? Father needs to be told that you are a provider and love and take care of your child. It's from the heart. Similarly, positions in government are from the heart. Brain guides you, but you love it. You do it out of love and devotion. When you go to a temple, does anybody tell you pray? You know temple is for prayer. Such jobs are to serve. And serve as much as you want, as much as possible. In the 24 hours of the day, you can give as much as you want, as you can. Your duty is to remain energetic. Your duty is to remain healthy so that you can serve better. So my duty is to see I look after my food correctly, my state of mind correctly, so that I can serve better. That's important, that I have energy to give, not energy to take, energy to give. So my duty every day is, do I have enough energy to give you? Not that I am dependent on you to give me energy. No. These are energy giving positions. These are energy generating positions. These are experience giving positions. These are training positions for others. I'm there, I'm for that. So I will not let anything go. So this is how you define your own work. In the past also in the policing, whichever position I went, I defined my own role. No senior had to tell me this is your job, because I did with respect whatever I got.
ஒரு ஐபிஎஸ் அதிகாரியா, ஒரு அரசியல்வாதியா, அதே நேரத்தில் ஒரு துணைநிலை ஆளுநராக இன்னைக்கு ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய உயர்வு பெற்று ஒரு அதிகப்படியான நபர்களுடைய என்ன சொல்ல அதை ரசிக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சினி ஸ்டாரை விடவும் உங்களை தான் நிறைய பேர் ரசிக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். இட்ஸ் நாட் பாசிபிள் இன் திஸ் டைப் ஆஃப் பிளேசஸ். பட் நீங்கள் இந்த இடத்துலையும் கூட பெண்களுக்கான பிரச்சனைகள் அப்படிங்கிறது தொடர்ந்து இருந்து கொண்டு தான் இருக்கிறது. அது எல்லா துறைகளிலும் எவ்வளோ பெரிய உயர்ந்த நிலைகளில் போனாலும் பெண்களுக்கான அடக்குமுறைகள் இருக்குது. ஸோ இதை நீங்கள் எப்படி ஃபேஸ் பண்ணீங்க, எப்படி ஃபேஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறது அப்கமிங் சொசைட்டிக்கு சொல்கிறீங்க?
For every working woman who's working outside the home and contributing to society, her family and home management is very important. She needs support at home, particularly if she has children. Not because she has a husband, but because she has children. If she's a mother or she has dependent parents, then home management is very important. So, while she's good at her work, she has also to see her home is so well managed that she gets energy out of it, and not that it tires her out. My home management was supported by my parents. My parents. First, my parents brought me up well. They educated me and made me confident, self-dependent. But they again helped me in my workplace and saw that my home is managed in such a way that when I come back home, I get rest and not that I get work waiting for me. That is the difference. One has to be very blessed with family support.
Yeah.
One must respect family support, and families must support. Whether it's the parents or whether it's the in-laws, whether it's your immediate siblings. If your sister or your wife or your daughter is in a very good, as is working outside, and it's important for her to work, you've educated her to work out, to be self-reliant. Just as a man needs to go to work and be self-reliant, so does a woman, once educated, wants to work and be self-reliant so that she can have a position to give. Families need to support. But governments also need to create support systems. Supposing you don't have a family to support, which supports you, what do? You need to have government support systems or private support systems where you can pay and get a service. All three are important. Family is important, government support systems are important, and private sector support systems are important, so that the woman can also equally contribute economically and socially to the society.
கிரண் பேடி அப்படின்னா கிரண் பேடியை பற்றி எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். பட் கிரண் பேடி இந்த அளவுக்கு முன்னிலை வந்திருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் அவங்க என்னென்ன சாக்ரிஃபைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்கன்னு தெரியணும். த நெக்ஸ்ட் திங், அவங்களுடைய ஃபேமிலியை எப்படி இந்த சேம் லைனில் இன்னொரு ட்ராக்ல நல்லபடியாக கொண்டு போயிட்டு இருந்தாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது தெரியணும். கொஞ்சம் விஷயம் உங்களுடைய குடும்பத்தை பற்றி நீங்கள் பகிர்ந்துக்குங்க மேம்.
I had a very supportive family, very positively encouraging parents, mother and father. Very supporting husband as well as in-laws as well. They all respected my profession. They knew that this is what I want to do and I'm best at. And they were proud of it. All of them were proud of it. And therefore they were all supporting that I can do more. It's very, very important. And so did my department support me, gave me the infrastructure to help me. So the key question is, a supporting family, a supporting husband, supporting in-laws, it's very, very important. But supposing they had not been supportive, then would I given up my job? No. I would have paid for the support. I would have earned the support. I would have looked for support from outside. But I would not have given up my work. Every woman's position is different. It cannot be exactly like mine. It is different. So you got to see what can you do the best out of it and find the best solution. But if you're keen on working to become economically self-reliant, then you find your own solutions. You have to see what is best available.
உங்களுக்கு இந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு தைரியத்தை கொடுத்த விஷயங்கள் என்ன? இல்லை இந்த தைரியத்தை கொடுத்த ஃபேமிலி அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்க. அதையும் தாண்டி ஒரு தனி மனிதனுக்கான தைரியம் ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயத்திலேருந்து வரணும். அது ஒரு தன்னம்பிக்கை அப்படிங்கிறது ஏதோ ஒரு சமூக அவலத்தை பார்த்த பிறகு நிகழணும். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் தட் மேம்?
How does a boy get courage? Who gives him courage? You tell me.
The boy get courage to live their life.
Where do they get it from?
Father, sometimes the role model they take from leaders like political leaders or the independence leaders. We will get from that.
I also got that. So what's the difference between boy and girl? If you look for inspiration, it's there. Parents can give you. Same parents for boys and girls, they gave it to me. I also read. I played a lot of competitive tennis. They put me in sports. They put me in sports. They best put me into good schooling. I was a nation tennis champion of my time.
Yeah,
I was a national tennis champion. My father was a national champion. So we were playing tennis. They put me into sports. I was no less. I had more stamina.
Once if you are not be this post means you would be a very good player in.
I was a good player. You can't be a player all your life. I don't want to play tennis all my life. I want to work. But the point is, they put me in sports. Like any boy, I was strong. They made me run. Like any boy, I had stamina. They made me take decisions. Like any boy, I became decisive. They made me travel long distances. I was like a brave boy, like any brave boy traveling. I had the courage. So if you give the same upbringing to boys and girls, why would girls be weak? Why? That means the responsibility is on the parents. How they bring up their children. Sometimes boys don't have courage. They're also very weak because the parents never trained them to become good boys, responsible boys, or courageous girls. The fault is only with the parents, in the parent, mother and father and grandparents. That's the thing. You won't have to ask a question, why are you so courageous? You don't ask this question from the boys. Why do you ask from the girls? Because parents do not treat girls and boys equally.
Yeah, that's a major problem.
And similarly,
Yet
even
now it's
teachers,
going on in every house.
even teachers don't educate equally. Sometimes they tell them, girls, oh no, you girls, you go to get married, etc., etc. And boys, go play, go, you play. They will never tell girls, you go play. Why? Why don't you tell girls, you go play? Go play. Why don't they teachers say, go play? They will say, stay indoors.
First, we want to teach
Go
the
safe.
teachers, ma'am.
Go safe, yes. So teachers are parents and teachers are in school. It's a teachers, whether it's a parent teacher or a school teacher.
புதுச்சேரி அப்படின்னாலே எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும் மதுபானம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு விஷயம். இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்த பிறகு ஸ்வச் பாரத் அப்படிங்கிறது புதுச்சேரி அப்படிங்கிற நேம் வந்துடுச்சு. ஸோ ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் ஒரு மதுபானத்தினுடைய விற்பனையை நாடி இருக்கிறது எப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு செயல்? நம்ம நாட்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் மிகப்பெரிய பொருளாதார வல்லுநர்கள்லாம் இருக்கிறாங்க, அது எல்லாருக்குமே தெரிஞ்ச விஷயம், இன்னைக்கு வரைக்கும் இருந்துக்கிட்டு தான் இருக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் இன்னைக்கும் கூட ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் ஒரு மதுபான விற்பனையை நம்பி இருக்குதா? இதில் எப்படி நம்ம ஒரு மாற்றம் கொண்டு வரலாம்? வாட்ஸ் அ சஜஷன்?
You see, when does a government, state government, depend on liquor money? When it does not have industrial money, economic development money, but it still wants to do welfare work because it has widow welfare, poor housing, scholarships for poor children. It needs money, but it does not have an economy. Where will it get the money? So it sells liquor or it encourages liquor. This is what was happening in Puducherry. It had a very weak economy. Last 9 years, very poor economy. No industrial development. It was status quo. Therefore, they allowed a lot of liquor shops and depended on liquor money. This can change and will change. And dependence on liquor money will decline as industry takes over in Puducherry. And if you noticed, after the new government, the new chief minister and the government has announced new industrial policy.
Yeah.
And it's going to have an investment summit few months from now, which means revival of industrial economy in Puducherry. Once you have a revival, you will have a manufacturing income, right? You will have income tax income, right? You will have more of software income and more investments coming in. That means more revenue. Your dependence on liquor money will go down. And now you can start reducing the number of shops gradually. Why do you need them? So it will, on one hand, increase in development economy, will reduce the dependence on liquor money. It will naturally go. It may not be 100% prohibition because few shops, so that they do not have illicit liquor or bootlegging by which people could die. But at least it won't be a proliferation, right? It will be minimal, not maximum. So therefore, it's dependent on the industrial revival, which will show results if the current government continues to work the way it is moving towards industrial development. In a year or two, more jobs, more income, more wealth, right? More revenues, more GST money, whatever, and dependence on liquor money will go down. And that means a better quality of human life in Puducherry, which it deserves. Puducherry deserves better quality of life. It's nature gifted, it's spiritually gifted, it's nice people, it's good people. They don't have to be dependent on liquor for entertainment. They should read, they have entertainment, enjoy the nature, be spiritually inclined. It will be so wonderful. Puducherry is known for its spiritual powers, for it's what's called Vedapuri.
Yeah, right.
Puducherry was called Vedapuri. Vedapuri. It's a place for the ashram. It's in Auroville. The world over comes here. So you can go and enjoy a lot of happiness there.
Yeah, right, ma'am. I'm very happy to hear this answer from you. And also, I'm very much thank you for spend your valuable time and precious messages for we people. Once again, I thank you to you. மேம் நீங்கள் சொன்ன ஒவ்வொரு விஷயம் நடைமுறைக்கு வர வேண்டும், அதான் எனக்கு மிகப்பெரிய ஆவலாக இருக்கிறது. இந்த செய்தி வெகு விரைவில் வந்தால் எல்லோருக்கும் அது மகிழ்ச்சியான மிகப்பெரிய செய்தியாக இருக்கும். உங்களுடைய நேரம், உங்களுடைய மெசேஜஸ் கண்டிப்பாக ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் தக்க நேரத்தில் பயன்படக்கூடிய மெசேஜஸ் ஆகவும், இது ஒரு ஒட்டைசே ஒவ்வொருத்தருடைய வாழ்க்கையினுடைய பொன்மொழியும் மாற்றக்கூடிய விஷயமாகவும் கண்டிப்பாக அமையும். உங்களுடைய மகிழ்ச்சி. ஸோ இந்த நேரத்தில் எங்களுக்கு நிறைய உங்களுடைய டைமை கொடுத்ததுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம்.
தேங்க்யூ.
இன்று நம்முடைய வரவேற்பு நிகழ்ச்சியில் ஒரு பொன்னான நாள் அப்படின்னே சொல்லலாம். மேதகு துணைநிலை ஆளுநர் கிரண் பெடி அவர்களோடு நாம் நிறைய தகவல்களை பகிர்ந்து கொண்டோம். ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஆளுமையினால் நமக்கு கிடைக்கக்கூடிய இந்த விஷயங்கள் நாமும் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் நடைமுறைப்படுத்தினால் நம்முடைய வாழ்க்கையில் இந்த நாளிலிருந்தே ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய மாற்றத்தை ஏற்படுத்த முடியும். அந்த அளவிற்கு ஒரு எனர்ஜி ஃப்ளோ அவங்களுடைய ஸ்பீச்சில் இருந்து. ஸோ இதை கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம எல்லாரும் ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும். நமக்காக இந்த நிறைய ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண கிரண் பெடி மேம்க்கு இன்னொரு முறை தேங்க்ஸ் எல்லாரும் சால்வ்லையும் சொல்லிடுவோம். மீண்டும் அடுத்த நிகழ்ச்சியில் உங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன். வணக்கம்.